And like Lindsay said, we're starting to see a lot more problems out there on the roads. Let's get to 2 News reporter Maytal Levy, who's riding passenger in Live Drive 2 in Darke County.
Good morning, Beershell. This vehicle you're looking at right now is the second car we've seen stuck in the snow due to the weather conditions out here on 49 southbound in Darke County. And it's not a small car, it's a truck. There is a sheriff behind it, protecting it from traffic, which is moving very slowly in that left lane. A lot of snow is accumulating here on the ground, and the wind isn't helping. You can see it. I'm going to turn the brakes on for a second. Oh, no, I'm not. You can see the snow is moving around due to the heavy wind out here, and if you're coming through that southbound lane, again, plan for extra time because the left lane moving very slowly. You can see this trickle of cars coming through here. A tow truck has just pulled up, going to help this truck get out of the ditch here and get traffic moving again on that left lane. Now, a semi-truck just got out of a ditch on the opposite side of the road. That driver slid off after fishtailing on this stretch here of 49 northbound here in Darke County. We're going to be monitoring the conditions for you. We have seen several salt trucks out trying to maintain and clear out these conditions, but the snow is coming down hard, making it hard to keep up with. Hopefully this truck will get out of here fairly soon. And, you know, I'm looking down at the road and cars are backed up. It looks for at least a mile here on 49 southbound. So be careful if you plan on heading out this way. Plan for extra time. Live in Live Drive 2, Maytal Levy, 2 News Today, working for you.
And this cold weather can pose some dangerous risks for kids, but there are ways to keep them safe before heading to the bus stop. 2 News reporter Jake Ryle joins us live with advice from local experts.
Joel, I have to give you fair warning. You know, just about 5 minutes ago, it was hard enough just to look from here to my camera. That's how much it's been snowing. And it is cold outside, not nearly as cold as yesterday. However, still cold enough that if kids do have to go to the bus stop, they are going to want to be layered up, make sure that they are ready to go. In fact, we spoke with Dayton Children's Hospital about the cold weather in our region, and they're suggesting that kids be prepared for when they go out to the bus stop, wearing a good hat and mittens instead of gloves, as mittens can keep hands warmer. Now, something you might not think about, the importance of breakfast. Cold weather stresses the body of children and can impact their sugar levels that early in the morning. Now, Dayton Children says if your child comes home with cold hands, you should use lukewarm water to bring them back to temperature, not hot water, but lukewarm water. And while all of these are important, there's one big thing parents can do to keep kids safe before the bus stop.
If you can provide transportation to the school bus or to the school, that would even be safer for the kids to keep them out of the elements.
Now, as the snow does continue to fall here in the Miami Valley, one big thing we're going to be looking at is school closings, school delays. We've posted all that information on our website, WDTN.com. As for road conditions, we're going to continue to monitor those on Live Drive 2, as well as me here at 6:30. We'll have an update from Vandalia. For now, reporting live in Vandalia, Jake Ryle, 2 News Today, working for you.
If you need to stay warm, there are a number of warming centers open in Dayton. Laurie Recreation Center on Glenarm Avenue opens at 5:45, as does the Northwest Recreation Center on Princeton Drive. The Greater Dayton Recreation Center at Roosevelt Commons opens at 6, and the Dayton Cultural and RTA Transit Center on Edwin C. Moses Boulevard will be available starting at 8 this morning. These locations will serve as warming centers during normal hours effective through January 18th.
Ahead of the snow, crews were out in full force overnight preparing the roads. More than 50 Dayton ice trucks were on duty last night, hoping to make the morning drive as smooth as possible. It's the second time this winter crews have had to spread salt. Because of the wind, crews will also be using beet juice to keep salt in place.
Really kind of helps give that heat and that boost to the salt for that melting effect, and to give it some weight so it's not bouncing off the road.
Drivers will be treating main roads, hills, and bridges, but not residential streets. Officials say they only do that if we see 4 inches of snow or more.
And law enforcement is reminding you to clean the snow and ice from your car before hitting the road so you can see out of all windows and mirrors. OSP troopers say they can issue citations to drivers who fail to properly clean off their vehicles. The ticket will not add points to your driving record, but it can carry a fine between $120 to $140.
We see some of those where people just do a small stripe across their window so they can see out. And with interstate traffic and people kind of turning off adjacent streets on some of the back roads, you just can't see them. And ultimately, the downside could be a crash or an injury, crash or worse.
Troopers say the simple solution is to allow yourself extra time to clear off your car, and it's safer for you and fellow drivers.
And when you see weather happening, report it. Send us your weather photos and videos of the snow from this morning. Make sure to include your name and location.
Also, don't forget to download the WDTN weather app. You'll have the latest weather alerts and scan of live Doppler 2 HD right in your own hands. Download it for free in your smartphone app store. And remember, WDTN.com is your source for 24/7 weather updates.
It is 29 degrees at 6:08. Coming up on 2 News Today, a shakeup might be coming to the Cincinnati Bengals. Hutch Connerman explains next.
And meteorologist Jamie Jurosik and Tara Hastings are busy in the Weather Center. They're back with your forecast first. That's up next.
Now, Storm Team 2 meteorologist Jamie Jurosik and your forecast first.
It is 6:11. Welcome back. We continue to see snow falling throughout the Miami Valley. Occasionally, we get into one of those heavier bands that is coming through, but you can see all around the bands. It's generally light snow. Salina, Greenville has lightened up. It's light in Richmond and Eaton, but you get into northern Montgomery County, portions of Miami County. This is shifting now into Clark and Champaign counties. Right along 72, we're seeing that snowfall intensity increase. So be aware, this is going to put down some quick accumulation. The flakes get a little bigger as this comes through too, and we're starting to see it stick in a lot of spots, if not accumulate. So far, some of the accumulations we've seen: Piqua right around 2 inches, Bradford 1.25 inches, and a lot of spots are going to be up there as we head through the next couple of hours. Our hour-by-hour forecast today, it is going to be the warmest this morning, with temperatures dropping during the afternoon. We're going to end up in the teens by the time we're coming home from work, right around 18 at 4 o'clock, and then by 6 o'clock, 16 degrees. Windy throughout the day, too. At least we'll be drying out later in the afternoon, but we'll still be dealing with blowing and drifting snow. We'll have more on your forecast and how low temperatures go tonight, but in the meantime, it's a busy morning out on the roads.
Alrighty, we have a couple problems I'll go ahead and get to this morning. If you are heading out this Tuesday morning, you're going to want to watch out for some problems. We're having some slide up State Route 49 southbound near Greenville this morning. We do have a crew on the scene. We'll give you updates all morning long and some live looks out there at accident Dorothy Lane at Beaver Avenue. We had an an accident near Bronson Street, New Lebanon this morning. A look now, I-675 at North Fairfield Road. Traffic moving on along okay out there, but again, you're going to run into some problems. More commuters out there on the roadways. That snow sticking to the roadways. It's wet out there. Give yourself some extra time and use some caution. Downtown Dayton, look for you this morning. Light traffic so far. Problem free in downtown Dayton, but again, you're gonna run into some problems all morning long. I'm Lindsay Patterson, 2 News, Time Saver Traffic.
2 Sports, brought to you by Jeff Weiler Chevrolet.
Good morning. The NFL is suspending Bengals linebacker Vontaze Burfict for the first 3 games of next season for hitting defenseless receiver Antonio Brown in the final seconds of Saturday's playoff game against the Steelers. The league is also reviewing the conduct of Pittsburgh assistant coach Joey Porter and Cincinnati cornerback Adam Jones.
Both players couldn't be more heartbroken, literally to tears, both of them, about what went on. And that's the first step, you know what I mean, to realizing, you know what, I'm wrong. And it's unfortunate.
The Bengals might need a new offensive coordinator on Sunday. Hugh Jackson interviewed for the head coaching position with the 49ers and with the Browns. There's also talk that the Giants are interested in speaking with Cincy's OC. According to NBC's Pro Football Talk, San Francisco appears to favor Jackson over other candidates. Hugh Jackson was head coach of the Oakland Raiders in 2011. He returned to Cincinnati in 2012 as the running backs coach and became offensive coordinator in 2014. Saturday's 4-point loss at LaSalle has knocked the Flyers from the national rankings. UD slips to 37th in this week's Associated Press poll. Archie Miller's team with a pair of big games at the arena this week. First up, tonight's 8 o'clock tip-off against 10-4 Davidson.
I think yesterday was a good day for us to get back and just sort of reboot, focusing on the things that are really important to this program, the things that have gotten us to where we're at right now. Those are the things that got to be valued more so than anything.
It can be very complicated, if you don't do the right things and put the right work in. And for the most part, we just try to stay focused and really focus on our opponents and really just focus more than anything on ourselves and what we do because, at the end of the day, that's what we trust and that's what we know will work.
Join Jack Pohl later today for more sports at 6, 10, and 11. Until then, enjoy your Tuesday.
Jeff Weiler Chevrolet in Springfield, home of the no money down lease. Now, Storm Team 2 meteorologist Jamie Jarosik and your forecast first.
Your forecast first at 6:18. Snow is falling all across the Miami Valley. Some heavier snow working through northern Montgomery County, and here in the western portion of Greene County, we have snow kind of coating the roads there. Even those treated roads just look wet, but those slick spots are still going to be showing up occasionally. So be aware that the drive is going to be a little slow this morning. The winds pick up too. We're going to take a look at all the details coming up in your forecast in about 2 minutes.
And we're keeping an eye on your commute throughout the morning. Let's get to 2 News reporter Maytal Levy, who is continuing to see some road conditions out in Darke County in Live Drive 2.
Good morning, Beardshell Road conditions out here in Darke County. We're a little bit further down the road now. It's about to enter into Greenville. Road conditions here aren't as bad as we saw a little further back on 49 northbound, but right now the roads are like the worst part about these driving conditions out here is you'll get big gusts up of wind, and then all of the snow will fly across your windshield, and it's kind of hard to see ahead of you. So the number one tip that I would leave you with this morning is leaving enough distance between yourself and the car in front of you, because there are times where it's slippery and you don't expect it, especially with those gusts up causing the wind to swirl around. Now traffic out here isn't too bad on this stretch of road, but a little bit further back, we did see 2 cars slide off the road and a semi-truck fishtail and get stuck for about 10 minutes. We did manage to get out, but we have the tow trucks going up and down this stretch of road, as well as salt trucks trying to clear the roads and make the space for drivers as they head out for their commute this morning. So again, you're going to want to make time before you leave to plan ahead for these little traffic pickups. Live and Live Drive 2, Maytal Levy, 2 News Today, working for you.
And giving you live looks outside now back in the studio so we can kind of track that storm where the snow is coming down the heaviest. Had someone send a picture from New Carlisle. Looked like the car and the ground was all kind of coated there. So be careful in Darke County as well with those slide offs. And how long is this going to be going on?
It's going to be with us through at least the early afternoon. So it may lighten up a little bit, but then we may see a heavier band come through kind of towards the end of it around lunchtime shortly thereafter. So just be prepared for slick conditions really all day, because even after the snow ends, we're going to be dealing with blowing and drifting snow. Here's a look at Live Doppler 2 HD. We're zoomed into some of the heaviest snow running from Urbana down through Northridge and northern Clark County, Springfield, Enon in on this, and I-70 and State Highway 4 also in an intense band. It extends through Dayton and up to Vandalia, Tip City. Some of those snowflakes starting to coat a lot of those roads out there. So be aware things are going to be slick quickly in a lot of these spots where you see the enhanced snowfall. As we head through the morning hours, some spots get into lighter snowfall as we're seeing back to the west. Salina, Greenville, even Eaton and Richmond, a little bit lighter there. But we may again see some heavier bands swing through as we go towards lunchtime. So just be aware it's going to be messy. We've got the winter weather advisory for everyone until 3 o'clock this afternoon. So far, snowfall totals in Piqua right around the 2-inch mark. Bradford 1.25. So it is accumulating lightly up this way, coinciding with the morning drive. Not good news, as it's also windy out there. Snowfall forecast for the area, generally 1 to 2 inches for a good portion of the Miami Valley. But it looks like we may see some bands set up where we get slightly higher amounts, so upwards of 3 inches in some of those locations. And we may see that indeed in portions of Shelby County, through Miami County, over into Darke County, and even northwest Montgomery County. So just be aware that we may have some slightly higher amounts, but overall it's going to be a messy morning. Scattered snow showers and some occasional wind gusts up near 30-35 miles per hour is going to make travel difficult. Temperatures drop down to 26 through 10 o'clock. We'll continue to see those readings drop through the afternoon. We're going to end up in the teens by later in the day. Right around 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts today, so that's going to cause that blowing and drifting snow. Tonight, the winds will lighten up a little bit, generally between 10 and 15. And then tomorrow, wind speeds right around that 10 mile per hour mark. Still dealing with a wind chill, just not the strong gusts that we'll be seeing today. It's 29, but it feels like 14 with that west wind. Now it's picked up to 26 miles per hour. You can see the camera shaking. We're going to see some reduction in visibility as the winds pick up and the snow comes through. Most of us in the upper 20s, some low 30s showing up, especially down to the south. So it's really not too cold this morning. It's just miserable with the snow and the wind. Here's a look at future tracks showing the snow still impacting the area at 9 o'clock this morning. Even through noon, some scattered snow showers are going to linger, and then we head beyond lunchtime and we'll start to see drier conditions build in. Mostly cloudy conditions and windy for the drive home. Overnight also looks mostly cloudy, but clouds will tend to break up a little bit as we head towards Wednesday morning. 8 o'clock partly sunny, and through the day we'll see a mix of sun and clouds and dry through the afternoon. But by evening, another quick moving system drops in tomorrow and may bring us a few more light snow showers. Today up to 28, that happens this morning. Temperatures drop in the afternoon. Morning snow kind of tapers off, but we'll be dealing with windy conditions and blowing and drifting snow all day. Down to 5 degrees tonight, very cold. Our wind chills drop into the 10 degree below zero range through tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, continued cold. Up to 21 degrees. Will be partly sunny. And your Storm Team 2 7-day forecast, we do have the slightest chance of a flurry or light snow shower by Wednesday evening. Thursday looks dry. We warm up for Friday. Up to 44 degrees with a good chance of some rain showers with that warm up. And then we'll turn colder over the weekend as rain changes back to snow. You can go to WDTN.com anytime for Live Doppler 2 HD. Now we'll head over to Lindsay in Time Saver Traffic.
The problems are starting to pile up out there. We do have a slide off State Route 49 southbound near Greenville this morning. Still have that accident right off Dorothy Lane at Beaver Avenue. An accident off of Bronson Street this morning. Really slow traffic right around I-70 at I-75. A look now I-70 at Dayton Airport Access Road. You can see traffic moving out there, moving a little slower, and the roadways are starting to get snow covered. It's going to get slick. It's going to be a problem all morning long. If you are heading out later this morning, give yourself some extra time. A downtown Dayton look for you. Traffic moving pretty slow in the north and southbound lanes. Again, if you have to head out for work this morning, add some extra minutes to your commute time. We do have a crew all over the Miami Valley checking out the roads for you this Tuesday morning. I'm Lindsay Patterson, 2 News, Time Saver Traffic.
We are back with your forecast first. It is 6:26 and we're starting off with snow across all of the Miami Valley. We've got it on Live Doppler 2 HD, that heavier band coming across Champaign County, western Clark County, and it's just come through Shelby County, still impacting southern Miami County. Just watch for a reduction in visibility. It's pretty windy out there. Winds have started to gust up near 30, 32 miles per hour, and that's going to cause blowing and drifting snow on top of what's falling. We're going to take a look at your full forecast coming up in our next half hour.
The time is now 6:27 and working for you with 5 things to know today.
President Obama is expected to express optimism about the nation's future during his final State of the Union address tonight. He's expected to talk about the economic recovery, the need to reform gun laws, and the fight against terrorism.
3 people are dead and a child remains unaccounted for after a house explosion in northeast Ohio. It happened Monday night in Summit County around 8:30. The fire chief says bodies of a man, a woman, and a young girl were found on the first floor of the home. The family's other daughter is still missing, and the cause of the explosion remains under investigation.
Sergeant Bo Bergdahl will appear in court today. Bergdahl faces charges of desertion and misbehavior before the enemy following his disappearance from his base in Afghanistan in June 2009. He was captured by the Taliban and was held captive for nearly 5 years before his release in a 2014 prisoner swap.
The Miami Valley is under a winter weather advisory. Storm Team 2 predicts strong winds will cause blowing and drifting, making slick conditions likely throughout the day. The weather advisory is set to expire at 7 tonight.
Alabama has won the college football playoff national championship. The Tide rolled to a 45-40 win over Clemson Monday night. Clemson, which had been #1, suffered its only loss of the season. This is Alabama's 4th national title in 7 years. 29 degrees now at 6:28. Coming up on 2 News Today.
Investigators are hoping new surveillance tapes will help them track down the person who stole 17 guns.
No, I'm not down here to make snow angels. I'm here to show you what exactly you can find on back roads. It's about an inch of snow here in Vandalia. I'm Jake Ryo. Coming up on 2 News Today, we'll fill you in on exactly what you can expect on major roads coming up in 4 minutes.
So as everybody's heading out this morning, we'll be dealing with snow and wind. Temperatures are actually going to be warmer this morning than when the kids come home from school later today. At 3 o'clock down to 19 degrees. The snow will be done, but it's still going to be blowing around with those gusty winds.
Now at 6:30, high winds could cause some power problems this morning. How DP&L is preparing.
And we're already seeing some problems on the road this morning. We have team coverage of the conditions.
From WDTN, the station that's working for you, this is 2 News Today.
Good morning, I'm Birsha Ledmay, filling in for John Seibel this morning. It's just about 6:32, 29 degrees out there.
And I'm Brooke Moore. We have that snow coming down right now. School closings or delays running across the bottom of your screen. Also seeing some slide-offs in parts of the Miami Valley. Jamie Jarosik tracking the snow to tell us how long it's going to stick around in your forecast first.
Good morning. Yeah, it's going to be a messy morning drive no matter where you are in the Miami Valley. Our winter weather index up at that moderate level for the morning snow. Light amounts, but a bad time to fall as everybody's heading out to school and work. Drifting snow also a concern as the winds are really picking up. We're already seeing gusts over 30 miles per hour. Here's our watch warning map. It's a winter weather advisory for all of the area until 3 o'clock this afternoon. Basically for the light snow accumulation, the drifting snow as well, and we could see some lower visibilities as you're out traveling around through the lunch hour at least, with those snowfall enhanced at times. Here's a look at Live Doppler 2 HD. We are in Miami County here. We've had some heavier snow come through Troy, down into northern Montgomery County around Union City, extending over towards Christiansburg. And all of the Miami Valley has had some decent snowfall come through. You can see some breaks showing up in some of our western counties now, so it may lighten up to even just a few flurries, but there's another band of snow to the west. That will still have to come through as we head through the rest of this morning. So we're going to continue to see the snow potential through early afternoon. It's going to be windy with temperatures in the 20s initially, but we drop down into the teens as you're coming home later today. 5 o'clock, 17, still very windy. We'll have more on your forecast and how low temperatures drop tonight coming up. Right now, we'll check out those road conditions and any traffic problems with Lindsay Patterson.
We have several problems out there. I'll go ahead and get to if you're traveling near Middletown Eaton Road at Elk Creek Road. That's an injury accident. We still have the accident right off Dorothy Lane at Beaver Avenue. The accident just cleared at Bronson Street. We're going to look now, State Route 49 at Shiloh Springs Road. You can tell right now the snow is sticking to the roadways. We're also getting a lot of reports of slide-ups if you are traveling near State Route 49 in the southbound lanes this morning. So again, you're going to want to take it easy. It's going to be a mess out there for your morning commute. A downtown Dayton look for you. Traffic is slow in the southbound, northbound lanes. Again, it's only going to be like this all morning long. Use some caution. We do have team coverage giving you a live look out there at the roadways. I'm Lindsay Patterson, 2 News, Time Saver Traffic.
Lindsay and Jamie have been telling you all morning you're going to want the ice scraper and maybe that defrost ready this morning. Winter weather has struck in the Miami Valley. It is affecting the roads as well. Let's get a live look outside with 2 News reporter Jake Ryle, who is in Vandalia checking the roads there.
Well, Brooke, I can tell you this, since we've been here, there's been a steady snowfall here in Vandalia. It's starting to accumulate, and you can actually even see it on the roads behind me here. Dixie, you're able to see that a snow truck actually came through here probably about 10 minutes or so ago, but however, you're still able to see those roads are covered. There's a little bit of gloss to them. Not good news for drivers. That could mean a little bit of potentially black ice underneath of that snow that you're seeing. And I'll even tell you this, if you take a look at the snow, you're able to see that it is that snow that's pretty good for snowball making, and that's not good news for drivers as it is compacting and making it a little bit slick out there, as we're able to see from some of the slide offs. Now, salt trucks are hitting these roads here, National Road and Dixie, pretty hard, trying to make sure that they get them ready to go for the morning commute. We've seen them using a salt sand mixture. We're going to continue to follow this all morning long and provide updates on WDTN.com. For now, reporting live in Vandalia, Jake Ryle, 2 News Today, working for you.
DP&L says when you're stocking up for winter weather, it may not be a bad idea to also buy a flashlight. Strong winds are expected with this storm, possibly up to 40 miles per hour. Dayton Power and Light says it has extra crews, linemen, and dispatch workers on the job this morning. DP&L recommends having a storm kit ready with a blanket and flashlight, and be sure your cell phone and laptop are charged.
We're very similar to you. We watch the weather 24/7. We have a staff that looks to see how things are progressing in the forecast, and we are well staffed in terms of crews, linemen, people in our dispatch office to address any concern or issue that a customer is having.
If you see a downed power line, leave it alone and call DP&L right away. You can also call or go online to report a power outage.
Monday's winter weather caused a different kind of problem out there on the road in Kettering. Drivers had a hard time seeing traffic lights and signs. Officials say snow piled up on them, making them harder to see. Crews will be out again today to fix any problems, but officers have a reminder if you find yourself in this situation.
I know a lot of us don't remember traffic school or when we were going through driver's ed, but the rule of thumb is if you're at a four-way stop and you're unable to see the signage or the lights are out, treat it like a four-way stop.
Police also say if you have any problems this morning, call the non-emergency line. And when you see weather happening or snow coming down in your area, report it. Send us your weather photos and videos. Be sure to include your name and location.
Also, don't forget to download the WDTN weather app. You'll have the latest weather alerts and scan of live Doppler 2 HD right in your own hands. Download it for free in your smartphone app store. And remember, WDTN.com is your source for 24/7 weather updates. The Clark County Sheriff's Office is hoping new surveillance video will lead to an arrest and help get 17 stolen guns off the streets. You can see the suspect use a pry bar to break into the Springfield Muffler Shop warehouse on Belmont Avenue last Thursday. About an hour later, that stolen vehicle reappears. This time, the suspect rams it through the Fox Shooting Loft in Fairborn, right into a display case before grabbing 17 handguns.
It appears that they had a direct, I guess, if you will, a list of inventory that they were there to collect, because they went right to a display case, quickly removed 17 handguns. And for the Miami Valley, these are the most dangerous weapons to have on the street.
The vehicle was later found abandoned on Haddocks Road, less than a mile from the crime scene. There is a $15,000 cash reward for information leading to an arrest. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers. The time is now 6:38. Here's a live look at Doppler 2 HD. Jamie has your forecast first. That's coming up next.
Now, Storm Team 2 meteorologist Jamie Jarosik and your forecast first.
We are back checking out live Doppler 2 HD. Some heavier snow coming through Champaign and Clark counties, really around Springfield. We're seeing an increase in intensity that extends down towards Enon as well and into the northwest portion of Greene County. So be aware, visibility is going to be low there. We'll see some quick accumulation as that patch comes through. And then it lightens up a little bit back into central and western Montgomery County, Preble County, a little bit lighter, and even into Darke County. We're seeing some lighter snow now, but it's not done yet. We're going to continue to see snow fall through the rest of this morning and even just through the lunch hour. So far, Piqua, we had a report around 2 inches, Bradford 1.25 inches, but likely adding up lightly as we go through the morning. And here is a photo sent in from Debbie around Dogley Road in northern Montgomery County. That's actually a snowplow that has gone into a ditch. So the roads are slick, and even those out treating them are having a little problem this morning. We're going to have your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Right now, we'll check in with Lindsay and Time Saver Traffic.
The problems keep piling up out there on the roadways. We'll get to an accident. I-75 southbound near Miami-Montgomery County line in Tip City this morning. An accident Middletown Eaton Road at Elk Creek Road. That's an injury accident. Crew still on the scene at Dorothy Lane at Beaver Avenue. And here's a look now. I-675 at North Fairfield Road. You can see the roadways are covered. You're going to have to take it easy. Give yourself some extra time. There's going to be a lot of early morning commuters out there, and the conditions are bad with the snow blowing out there on the roadways, and it is slick. Downtown Dayton, look for you. It's still a slow go in the north and southbound lanes. Just add some extra time. We do have team coverage all over the Miami Valley, giving you live updates and a look on the roadways. I'm Lindsay Patterson, 2 News, Time Saver Traffic.
It's 29 degrees now at 6:43. Coming up next on 2 News Today.
Search teams looking through the rubble of a deadly house explosion for one missing family member.
And snow is falling in the Miami Valley this morning. Vandalia is getting a bit of a break right now, but we do see snow there on the roads and the sidewalks. So be careful. We're going to get an update live outside with Jake coming up in just a bit.
Now, Storm Team 2 meteorologist Jamie Jarosik and your forecast first.
Our SVG Chevrolet camera is giving us a look at those road conditions up in Darke County. This is in Greenville. You can see we've got snow covering a lot of those roads, but the cars are carving out a nice path, especially if those roads have been treated. However, slick conditions will still be possible even on those treated roads. We're going to have a look at your full forecast and how long this snow sticks around today, coming up in about 2 minutes.
And we're keeping an eye on your commute throughout the morning. Let's get to 2 News reporter Maytal Levy, who's riding passenger in Live Drive 2. She's outside of Greenville on Route 571.
Good morning, Peter Shell. We're on 571, like you just said. The road conditions out here on this road aren't too bad. We're heading back towards Montgomery County, and there's no snow falling down this way, and the roads are not slick. Not a lot of traffic at all this way. We have seen several salt trucks, however, go up and down this road, and throughout Montgomery, Greene, Miami, and Darke counties, getting those roads cleared before you head out this morning. We have seen a couple cars slide off the road, and a few semi-trucks, not just one this morning, fishtail and get stuck for a little bit, but both made their way out. We see tow trucks too, definitely keeping busy this morning. So you're going to want to plan ahead, plan a little time ahead before you head out this morning for your commute to plan for these conditions. They're changing, they're ever changing. We went from no snow to heavy snow to a medium fall of snow, so you're going to want to plan ahead because you don't know what's going to happen. But we can tell you that the wind out here has been a major player blowing across the windshield at times, making it hard to see ahead. So you're going to want to pay attention to that as well. For now, live baseball Livingston News Today, working for you.
2 people are dead and 2 others missing after firefighters say a home exploded in northern Ohio last night. It happened in Northfield, about 20 miles south of Cleveland. Authorities say an adult woman, adult man, and a child were killed. Fire investigators believe the missing person is the family's daughter. The cause of the explosion is unknown at this time. The names of the deceased have not been released.
Cleanup and repairs are underway in a South Florida community that was rocked by a tornado. The National Weather Service confirmed the EF2 tornado touched down at Cape Coral last weekend. Damages to homes and businesses are estimated to be at more than $6 million, though no one was seriously hurt. And meteorologist Jamie Jarosik is here now. I've been keeping an eye on the snow coverage that we're seeing this morning. Getting some viewer photos coming in. It looks like everybody's got that nice layer out there on the roads and on the cars, so you might be doing some scraping before you head out.
Yeah, absolutely. Anywhere from 1 to 2 inches we've seen reported across the area. So be aware. It's not a lot, but it's the timing that's bad. It's going to be when everybody's heading out to get back to school and work this morning. You can see those heavier bands coming across portions of Champaign, Clark, and Greene counties. It gets a little bit lighter there in Troy, Dayton, back towards Eaton. We're starting to see a little bit more moderate snow come in out of Wayne County, Indiana. So even as it lightens up a little bit, there's more snow to the west that will continue to impact the area right on through the lunch hour today. Snowfall forecast, generally 1 to 2 inches on average for most of the Miami Valley. There could be this pocket in the central area where we get maybe up to 3 inches in some spots. So this will be our general forecast for really through the noon hour, if not shortly thereafter. It may take that long to pick up some of those higher totals. Right now it is snowing. It's 29 degrees and we're expecting windy conditions through the day to go along with that snow. That'll cause blowing and drifting. 23 at noon. By the time we get into the afternoon hours, we're talking about temperatures in the teens. So notice that drop off from our morning high down to 17 degrees at 5 o'clock. Still windy then, but not snowing. We will have cloudy skies across much of the area. Current winds have been gusting anywhere from 20 to 30 miles per hour across the region. Toledo with a higher gust up to 36. Same story back towards Springfield, Illinois. We don't have a current gust in the Dayton area, but we have seen them as high as 32 miles per hour already this morning. West wind sustained at 17 with that 29-degree temperature makes it feel like 17 degrees. That's the wind chill. Most of us are in the upper 20s still. We have 28 in Troy, Springfield, 29 in Dayton, and even some 30s down towards Springboro and Oxford. But again, this is the high temperature for the day. We'll be dropping in the afternoon. Our wind chill over the next 12 hours. This morning we've been hanging out in the teens. That's what it feels like out there. As we go into the afternoon hours with those temperatures dropping, though, we'll start to see those single-digit wind chills show up right around 1 o'clock this afternoon. It may feel close to 0. And then especially as we head into late afternoon and evening, those wind chills will be dipping down below 0. Future track at 9 o'clock this morning still has a decent area of snow coming through the Miami Valley. As we head towards noon, we'll start to see less coverage, but still some snow showers will be possible. After 1 or 2 o'clock, we should get back to drier conditions. So coming home 5, 6 o'clock, we'll still be looking at blowing and drifting snow, but we really won't see much more falling from the sky. Overnight, mostly cloudy with the clouds breaking up towards tomorrow morning. So partly sunny around 8 o'clock Wednesday morning, and then we'll start to see clouds work in for the afternoon. Here's 2 o'clock, still dry, but there will be some light snow showers dropping in from the northwest. They may impact us by Wednesday evening. Today up to 28, that's this morning, and then falling temperatures. Snow showers taper off, but it's going to be windy with blowing and drifting snow. Tonight's low drops to 5 degrees, very cold with sub-zero wind chills. And then tomorrow it's going to be a very cold afternoon too with a high of 21. We'll be partly sunny and dry most of the day, but there is that slight chance of a few light snow showers by evening Wednesday. Thursday looks pretty quiet with a high near 39. We get even warmer for Friday in your Storm Team 2 7-day forecast. It's 44 and rainy at times. And then over the weekend, we'll be turning colder again as that system comes through. Highs will only be in the 20s Sunday into Monday. You can check your forecast at WDTN.com at any time. Right now, we'll check in with Lindsay and time saver traffic.
Checking out the roadways for you this Tuesday morning. Still several problems out there. I-75 southbound right in Tipp City this morning. You can see that slow traffic and injury accident still. Middletown Eaton Road at Elk Creek Road. We still have the accident right off Dorothy Lane at Beaver Avenue this morning. A look now. I-675 at North Fairfield Road. A lot of cars out there on the roadway, seeing very little traction out there. The roads are starting to get snow covered and slick. We do have team coverage giving you live look all across the Miami Valley this morning. We'll go ahead and get a downtown Dayton look for you. You can tell right here, traffic still really slow and building this morning. Again, if you're an early morning commuter, maybe you have to head out this morning, give yourself some extra time and just use caution out there on the roadways. I'm Lindsay Patterson, 2 News, Time Saver Traffic.
It's 6:52, just about 29 degrees out there. Coming up next on 2 News Today.
You want to be careful out there this morning. We've been keeping an eye on the weather conditions, the wind causing some gusting of the snow out there. We're going to give you another look at the roads next. It is 6:55. We have your forecast first here. Getting a live look there at Live Drive 2. They've been in Darke County for most of the morning, seeing some slide-offs there. So be careful if you are heading out on the roads this morning. Coated with snow. Could see some blowing and drifting. We're going to get a check from Jamie in your full Storm Team 2 forecast here in just a few minutes. And as Lindsay and Jamie have been telling you, today is a day where you're going to want the ice scraper. You're going to need the heat in the car, that defrost. Winter weather has struck in the Miami Valley. Let's check in with 2 News reporter Jake Ryle with a live look in Vandalia.
Well, Brooke, I can tell you behind me, cars are taking it pretty slow out here, as you're able to see, because of the snow. It's pretty bad. Of course, now it has come to a stop. Good news there. However, this is what you're going to see if you are going to go out on the roads. Right here is a sidewalk, so it's probably a pretty good demonstration of what you'll see on some of the back roads. About a good inch and a half of snow here. It is that kind that is going to pack in pretty well. Now, if you'll take a look behind me, this is actually Dixie. We just saw a salt truck go through here. You are able to see a little bit of the blackness there from the road. So there's some good news there that the ice might be covering it a little bit, but the good news is that we are going to be coming out to a stop with the snow. For now, reporting live in Vandalia, Jake Ryle, 2 News Today, working for you.
Several problems out there on the roadways. We'll get to them now. I-75 southbound near Tip City. Still have that accident off Middletown Eaton Road at Elk Creek Road. A look now, State Route 49 at Shiloh Springs Road. You can see the roadways are getting snow cover, getting reports of some slide-offs around State Route 49 southbound. A look now out there downtown Dayton. Traffic is heavy, moving slow in the north and southbound lanes. Go to the CW with us this morning. We'll keep you updated on the road conditions.
All right, Jamie, some blowing and drifting, but the actual snowfall is going to taper off here this afternoon.
Yeah, as we head, excuse me, after lunchtime, we'll start to see an end to the snow. But right now, we're still seeing it out there. It's accumulating in spots. As you can see, some heavier bands working through Champaign and Clark counties, and then another batch is coming in from the west. So even if the snow lightens up, we'll see it pick up in intensity again. Morning high near 28, falling temperatures into the teens today, and we drop to 5 degrees for the low tonight. Sub-zero wind chills will start Wednesday with a high near 21, still cold.
All right, thanks for watching. The Today Show is next right here.
And we are heading over to Dayton CW from 7 to 9 with continuing weather coverage. Join us there. Have a great day.